I work for Mokro. You got a problem, you talk to him.
Miserable. Just miserable. Oh, I hate this. At least my father will let me drink whatever I want without complaining. Tell Geldis I appreciate it. Keep yourself safe. Solstheim's still a dangerous place.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
What's our next move?
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips. How do you think? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count. Well, well, Agil's got himself a spy, does he? Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulins for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you. There's an Ulin ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Redarin Guard made a move, the Ulins must have been one step ahead and didn't show up. You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. Back in 95, Vila Ulin came to Raven Rock with a plan to take over our town. But Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Redarin Guard, and then murder Consular Morvain when we weren't looking. He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that? He underestimated the Redarin Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Veleth himself. Vila Ulin was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Ulin ancestral tomb. When a Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal, the fact that life ends and begins anew. Safe travels, Outlander.
What can I do for you? If there's anything else I can do, just let me know.
If you're dealing with me, there's only one thing.
Misery? I'll give you misery. Try getting assigned to scrape next skull. Are you here to pray? Or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb? There where we inter our dead. They are sacred places, meant to honor their passing. Sadly, we've been unable to use the ancestral tomb beneath the temple as of late, and have resorted to other locations to scatter the remains. Those foul vermin, the abominations we call ash spawn, have risen from the ashes of our own ancestors. They're befouling the memories of our forefathers by defiling their remains. Thank you, Wanderer. That would be most kind. Here, This key should open the door to the tomb. The reclamations are the true tribune. The Daedra that consecrate the Dunmer people. Azura, Methala, and Boethia. We call them the true tribunal because they have reclaimed their place in our hearts from the false tribunal that came before. Sotha Sil, Amalexia, and Vivek represent what was beings who won the Dunmer people's hearts with their actions, but blinded them just the same. They were aberrations, false prophets. They used their status as heroes to shield the true tribunal from our minds. But now that they've been destroyed, the light can finally shine upon the House of Reclamations. The Dunmer race doesn't bury their dead, or leave them to rot inside a stone sarcophagus. When a Dunmer passes, his body is given to fire, so he might return to the ash from whence he came. The Dunmer don't believe that death is the end. We believe that it's the beginning. Be cautious, friend. The ash spawn are soulless beings with no regard for compassion. You honor the reclamations with your actions. This will not be forgotten.
Excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here. I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer. Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead. What do you mean? I thought I was clear. I'm simply honoring a fellow departed Dunmer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit. Please, I don't wish to be disturbed while I'm meditating.
You honor the reclamations with your actions. This will not be forgotten. Spirits be praised. I'm hoping you didn't suffer much at the hands of those foul beings.
Please, accept this as a token of my thanks.
Miazura Mafala and with your guide. What's our next move? Excuse me, but the temple is...
Not much contact with
Be
others.
careful!
Got the Skull village to the north, but the Nords there keep to themselves.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve.
I hope Geld has proved useful. Have you made any progress? You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open. All I see is a new security problem on our hands. Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks is my new order of the day. And with Solstheim crawling with reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Ravenlock. Traitors, the lot of them. Their collaboration with the Empire may have given them unrivaled political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people. Lalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering. They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council. Telesu, are you sure? So Geldus's plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it. I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Telesu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen. If you have evidence and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck. Telesu is wife to the family patriarch, Vendel. They have a single child, a daughter named Miri. They arrived here 10 years ago, and have been nothing but a benefit to Ravenlock ever since. They are quite wealthy, and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands. People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a cause for alarm. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughingstock of the colony. Villa Ulen wasn't the first Ulen to live in Ravenlock. His father, Valen Ulen, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son, Villa, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb. The Ulen family being a part of House Lalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulen and his son's remains were both laid to rest there because that's what he'd requested. Be careful.
The mines are open and the
Severance
shop
have
is busy
betrayed
again.
us.
Thank
They'll
you.
be well armed.
Keep yourself safe. Solstheim's still a dangerous place.
If
I
you're
work
dealing
remotely.
with
You've
there's
got a
only
problem.
one thing
You
to
talk to him.
remember.
What? Come on. I think we
I
might have a
know
visit.
you're in here.
For House Flawless.
House
I
Lord
never
will
time.
have its revenge.
Nice place you have here. I never knew you were wealthy.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend. With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink, traveler. Oh, how kind. Thank Gelders for me, won't you? My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
Traveling beyond the bulwark will be much safer as a result of your victory at Fort Frostmoth. Many thanks. Good old Geldis is always managing to keep our spirits up, and our eyesight hazy. Thank you. With the mines open, Raven Rock has become a significant colony of the Dunmer people again. I've been able to convince my superiors at House Redoran to send me the resources that they've been denying, now that we're deemed more important. Soon, we'll have a steady supply of workers and materials to keep things going for years to come. Solstheim is theoretically under my rule, but without revenue from the mine, I lack the resources to actually govern anything but Raven Rock itself. Not that there's much beyond the confines of our town anyway. Well, there's a small enclave of Nords to the north in Skarl village. They pretty much keep to themselves, and we both like it that way. Then there's Tel Mithrin to the east. The Telvanni live out there. Sort of a strange lot. But since we're both from Morrowind, we get along. Other than that, Solstheim is crawling with bandits and reeklings. But that's to be expected living in a frontier like this. You've never heard of House Redoran? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the Council, the ruling body of Morrowind. This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrowind for millennia. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses: Telvanni, Dres, Endoro, Sadras, and Redoran. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, someone has to keep the rabble organized. Our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library. My doors are open.
Did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet? Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice. Good. I'm going to send 2 of the best Rerenn Guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can. See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away. Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a... I'm glad to see you're well. I don't like sending people off to battle.
I can't believe Raven Rock Mine is open. Finally, something worth defending. What's our next...
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips.
I don't know if I can do this
Perfect.
anymore, Modi.
All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself.
I don't think he ever wants me to feel the
Come
pain
back
of
any
his
time. My doors are
At
always
some
open.
point, you're going to have to choose. No matter the outcome, I'll always respect your decision.
Here do we toil.
That we might remember.
By night, we reclaim.
Far from yourself. Your eyes once were blinded. Your hands once were idle.
Now through them does he speak.
Hold, traveler. You have no business here. Be on your way.
Wait. You're one of us, aren't you? A werewolf?
Then perhaps you do have business here. Forgive me. I'm Raquel of the Frostmoon Pack. Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. Since I was born, my parents were members of the Pack, back when Majni's father was Alpha. After they died, Majni and Akar took care of me, taught me to hunt. I'm not as good as they are, but I do my best. Why? Have you seen how they live? They cower behind their walls, afraid of every ashhopper, every netch. No, I'd rather be here, free to hunt, free to live my life as I choose. Hircine go with you.
Welcome, brother. It's been too long since we met another who shares our blood. I am Majni, Alpha of the Frostmoon Pack. You are welcome here, so long as you respect our law. Aye, the blood still runs true among some on Solstheim, as it has for centuries. We have chosen to embrace Lord Hircine's blessing. You know it well. The speed and strength of the beast, the thrill of the hunt, the triumph of the kill. This is our purpose, our way of life. So it was for my father, and his father before him, and I welcome any who walk that path. You might find a few others, strays, lone hunters, but ours is the last true pack that remains. Meat, furs, bone, trophies of the hunt, but those are of little use to you. There is one more thing. Since the days of the Great Hunt, our pack has kept a set of rings, blessed by Lord Hircine himself. I sense his favor on you. For you, I will part with them, if you can pay my price. Here, take a look. Huntsman guide you. Watch what you're doing.
I don't trust you, whelp. Keep that in mind. For now, my pack lived in the mountains northeast of here, till they were wiped out. Damn werebears. Majni offered to help me reclaim my territory. I hunt with him until then. After that, we'll see. Goodbye, whelp.
Akar, Majni's brother. I hunt, he talks. Go talk to him. Deer, sabers, reeks, boar, bear. I hunt soon. Go bother Majni.
It's good to see you again.
Just leave me be.
With me? What's the matter with you?
Sorry, I've just had a lot of hawk-faced cowards coming by to mock my efforts. It probably can't hurt to tell you. You look mostly honest.
The name's Rollis. Rollis Sedaris, out of Moorhold.
I've got a financier waiting for me back on the mainland.
Sent me here in the interests of obtaining some rare antiquities. The relics of Arzador.
But this whole thing became a disaster right quick, let me tell you. You come out of the northern ashlands, you don't expect things to go easy, you know. But this was something outside my particular expertise. When I first got to Kolbjorn, you couldn't even see it. Buried in the ash, like most other things on this blasted island. Dug out a pile of the stuff taller than me just to find the barrow. Who knows how much to reach the door? Excavating isn't exactly my specialty. Even if it was, the ash storms fill it in faster than you can dig. You think I've got that kind of money? No, I only get paid on delivery. Can't afford to go out of pocket for 1,000 centimes on this. Takes money to make money, all that rot. There's a lot of it at the other end, but I can't get there without a little kick to start it off. You ever hear of Azadol? He was the first great Nord enchanter, maybe even the first human to master elven methods. His best work was buried with him, a set that my patron calls the relics are supposed to be down in his tomb. Now, they're old, and they're powerful. A combination like that makes them pretty valuable to certain people. And I happen to know certain people. What? Are you serious? Well, I think I could make that work. We can sort out the details of our little arrangement later. But for now, I'll manage the dig if you can manage the coin. Do you have the gold? It's all here. Well then, looks like I have a good bit of work to start on. I'll head back to Raven Rock and round up some diggers. Once we've got something worth looking at, I'll send word to you. Pleasure doing business with you, partner. I'll see you soon. Here listening to it all day and night.
I'd rather be stuck out here than floating in there.
Over here! Someone there.
get lost.
Done.
Good enough.
Despite the foul beings that infest these lands, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
What's our next move?
be shoving off now.
I think we've got to get back to
We're
our ship.
already late.
It may be
Not
dead
sure
now,
why we
but where
decided to
did it
take
come
such
from?
an extended shore time. I never would have believed it.
In all my
hadn't
years,
seen it
I've
with
never
my
seen
own
such a
eyes.
thing.
What's our next move?
It's a long way back to Windhelm from here.
I'm glad that I'm finally traveling with someplace in this country. That last night, these kills tried to hope our ship was still go there. It's how long has it been?
Best be shoving off now.
When the tide goes, we'll go with it.
Time to go. Boss says you're to come back with me.
I told him no once already.
We've got work to do.
I'm not chasing that man. It's a fool's errand. I'm done. Leave me alone. There's something you need.
Aubrey, there's something you need.
Well, you'll never get that treasure now.
Time to die. Lucky hit. Yes, Sarah?
What's our next move?
What can I do?
What's our next move? What's our next move? What's our next move? Draugr again. What else do you find?
What was that?
I never get tired of that sight. Apologies.
What's our next move?
What can I do for you?